Welcome back once again, all of my low-carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very easy, quick keto snack recipe for you. Today I am going to show you how to make super simple keto savory snack muffins. These are great. Not only are they quick and delicious, but you can make them any flavor you want to. You can also store them in your freezer, and anytime you want a quick, easy snack, pop them out, defrost them on your countertop for just a couple minutes, and boom, you got a nice, quick, yummy snack. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos, at least every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Lightly spray 8 muffin cup molds with cooking spray. The silicone molds work best with coconut flour, but if you don't have silicone molds, you can use the metal molds. Just if you do use the metal tins, make sure that you line the muffin cups with parchment paper and not your traditional paper liners. The ridges in the traditional paper liners have a tendency to get embedded into your coconut flour muffins, and then after they're baked and you try to remove the paper, it tends to get stuck, and then your muffins have a tendency to fall apart. Then set your muffin tin aside for a minute. In a large mixing bowl, combine 112 grams or around 1 cup of coconut flour, 15 grams or around 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and if you want to, you can add some dry seasonings or dry spices to help tone down any of the coconut flour flavor. I'm just using about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and a full teaspoon of dry oregano. You can use any dry seasonings or spices you want, or leave it out completely if you just want a neutral flavored batter. Sift the dry ingredients together until there are no lumps. Add 4 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir in more smooth. If you want to keep this egg free, you can use flax eggs or chia eggs or any other egg substitute. Stir the eggs into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients are moist. Add 1/4 cup of butter that's been melted and cooled. Make sure it is cooled. You do not want to add hot butter. If you want to keep this dairy-free, you can use coconut oil or margarine or any other dairy-free butter substitute. Stir the melted butter in until everything is fully combined. Add 58 milliliters or around a 1/4 cup of the room temperature milk of choice. My favorite keto milk substitute is coconut milk, but you can use any milk you want. Just make sure it is room temperature so it stirs in smoothly. Stir the milk in until everything is fully combined. Add 120 grams or around a 1/2 cup of room temperature plain yogurt or sour cream. And again, if you're wanting to keep this dairy-free, you can use a dairy-free yogurt or a dairy-free sour cream substitute. And again, make sure this is room temperature so it stirs in smoothly. Stir the yogurt or sour cream in until everything is fully combined and you have a thick batter that's formed. The batter consistency is pretty much more of a dough than a batter, but we're just going to call it a thick batter. Once everything is fully combined and you have your thick batter, scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the ingredients to the center of the bowl. Then form the batter into a smooth ball. Massage the ball for at least 1 minute. This is just going to help absorb any extra moisture, and it's also going to help make sure that you have the right texture of dough batter, whatever you want to call it. Your texture should be moist, but it should not be sticky. If it's sticking to your fingers, then you need to add a little bit more coconut flour. If it does feel dry and it seems like it's not holding its shape, then just add very small amounts of room temperature milk of choice until the batter comes together and forms a smooth ball and holds its shape well. After about a minute and you have the right texture of dough, form the batter back into a ball and place it back into your mixing bowl. Use a wooden spoon and break the ball up a little bit. Gradually fold in around 60 grams or about a half cup of the shredded cheese of your choice. I'm using shredded Colby cheese. You can use whatever shredded cheese you want. Just gradually fold it in. Don't add it all at once because it'll clump up on you. Then it won't distribute evenly throughout the batter. So just gradually fold it in a little at a time until all the 60 grams or half cup of cheese is fully added and evenly distributed throughout your batter. Gradually fold in around a half cup of sliced ham that's been chopped into small pieces. For me, I used about 3 to 4 slices of deli-cut ham that I get from my butcher. Depending on how thick your slices are, you may only need 1 or 2 slices of ham to make roughly about a half cup once it's all chopped. You can also adjust the amount of ham you want according to your personal taste. You just don't go too crazy because if you add too much to your batter, then your muffins will not cook right. Divide the batter evenly among your prepared muffin cups. It's roughly a little over 3.5 tablespoons of batter in each muffin cup if you want to measure it out. Once the dough is divided, use your fingers or the back of a measuring cup and press the batter evenly throughout each muffin cup. Once the muffins are pressed evenly, you can bake them just as they are. But what I like to do is I use a butter knife and kind of go around the sides of each muffin and pull the sides slightly away from the edges of the muffin cup. This just helps the hot air in the oven to be able to circulate better around each of the muffins so you have a nice even cook all the way through. Coconut flour batters are very thick, so sometimes the top of your muffin can be getting toasty, but the middle still have a little bit too much moisture. So by pulling the muffin a little bit away from the sides of the cup helps to get a little bit more of a better cook all the way around. Once your muffins are all prepared in your muffin cups, if you want to, you can sprinkle the top of each muffin with a little bit of dried herbs. I'm just using a little bit more of dry oregano and sprinkling it lightly over the top. This just helps give it a little bit more of that savory flavor. Take about 30 grams or around a 1/4 cup of the shredded cheese of your choice. Again, I'm using shredded Colby cheese, and again, you can use whatever shredded cheese you want. Divide the cheese evenly and sprinkle it evenly over the top of each one of the muffins. You just want a little light scatter. You don't want to go real heavy on the cheese on top, otherwise it'll weigh your muffin down and not cook properly. So just a little bit of scattered cheese over the top of each one of the muffins. Place the muffins in your preheated oven and bake at 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until the muffins are golden around the edges and a tester comes out clean. Once the muffins are all baked, remove them from the oven, then allow them to cool inside the muffin cups for at least 20 minutes or until they are firm. After 20 minutes or so, carefully remove the muffins from the muffin cups and transfer them to a wire rack. Once they're on the wire rack, you can serve these warm or you can let them cool to room temperature. Alrighty, so our muffin is nice and cooked and smells very yummy. I let it cool to room temperature and then I just popped it back in the microwave to get a little bit of warmth to it. But this can be eaten room temperature or hot, whatever your little heart desire is. Smells yummy. Let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, warm. Yummy. That's really good. You can also swap the ham out for like some bacon and make a really good breakfast muffin. Yummy. Another success. You can eat these immediately. If you do have any leftovers, allow them to cool completely and store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 1 week. Or you can wrap each one individually with plastic wrap and place them in a freezer-safe container or freezer-safe Ziploc bag and freeze them for up to 3 months. And eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.